Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. So for today's video I'm going to be doing my Spring TBR. I said in my previous video that I was not going to be doing a March TBR and I'm still going to stick to that. I don't know if I will do seasonal TBRs instead of monthly. I still think I'm going to stick to monthly TBRs, but for this time or whatsoever I'm going to be doing a seasonal TBR. And I have a few books that I'm planning on reading this spring. I will probably read a lot more, but these are just some books that I have in mind that I need to read next. Some of these are also library books, so I actually do need to read them soon before I have to return them, so let's just jump into the books. So the first three books here that I have that I'm going to show you guys are library books, and the other three are my own books, so let's get started. The first book that I'm planning on reading this spring is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This is a book that I made a reservation for on the library a long time ago and it finally came. I'm pretty sure this is like a middle grade book and I believe this is like a fantasy sort of book. I'm not 100% sure what I am getting into with this book, but the ratings were really good and I really just wanted to read it and see whether I liked it or not. The other book that I'm planning on reading is The Lonely City Adventures in the Art of Being Alone by Olivia Ling. This is a lot of different short stories about obviously being alone, and I really suck at short stories collections. I really am not good at reading them, but I want to be better, and I thought I would check this out because the reviews are quite good and I thought, why not? I need to get better at it. I need to start somewhere. I have no idea what I'm getting into with this book, but I'm excited to read it. Then I also plan reading Ghost by Jason Reynolds. If you have watched my January wrap-up, you know that in that month I realized how amazing Jason Reynolds is. He is freaking incredible. He's an amazing author and I just want to read all his books. I feel like that's kind of what I'm starting to do. Whenever I read this will be my third book that I've read by him. This is a middle grade book and as you can see it's just really short, but I'm really excited to read it. The only thing I know about this book is that this is a part of a series of these young kids that are taken out to the Junior Olympics and they just have to show themselves and prove themselves to others that they're good enough. I think that's kind of what it's about, but I'm very excited to read it. The next two books are actually ARCs. They have already been released. I had them for a bit of a longer time now. I got them before they released, but I never really got around to them, but I'm still very excited to read them. And the first one is Wonderful Feels Like This by Sarah Lovestum. I think that's kind of how I pronounce it. I don't know. I'm very excited to read this. I actually have not heard a single word about this book. I don't know why, but still, the people that have been reading this on Goodreads rated it quite good, and it sounds like a YA contemporary, and I am a sucker for YA contemporaries. If you should probably know that by now. And I also got Done Dirt Cheap by Sarah Nicole Lemon, and I am so extremely excited to read this, and I love that it's hardcover. I don't know, I love everything about it. I love the cover, I love the colors that they have been using, and I'm just so freaking excited to jump into this book. And the last book I kind of have a little bit of a story for. So I obviously go to school, hallelujah, and I study as a multimedia designer, and we have to create this sort of website for this tourist guide company sort of thing. And before we had to choose a trip that we wanted to go on around in Copenhagen, and we chose this about World War II. I personally think it's a very, very interesting topic. I think it's really interesting to hear about World War II, so I was totally down for that. We had that trip and we went on it. It took an hour and a half, and I just got so motivated to read a book about World War II. And I do own a few books about World War II, so I thought, which one should I pick up? And I actually got really motivated to pick up this big book right here, which is called This Is a Woman Inside Ravensbrück, Hitler's Concentration Camp for Women. And this is freaking huge. I believe this is over 800 or 900 pages. It's freaking scary, but I, in a way, feel so motivated to read this after that trip. So hopefully I will get around to this book during the spring. This is a freaking huge book. I do not expect me to read this in a couple of days, which I can do with other books, but maybe it will take me some weeks or something, but I am very, very excited. So those were some of the books that I'm planning on reading this spring. Let me know down below which book you are planning to read this spring, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!